Peace, 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 Moors. We're going to be real quick this morning. I told my brothers and sisters I'm going to always come with a quick public announcement for we can know what this science and what this Master Moorish Masonry is all about. But first off, let me just start off Islam mode. First off, let me just start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, health, and wealth. Getting ready to get our day started. I'll be going to one of the elementaries today through my nonprofit, and they call it the Hardest Hit Fund. So I'm gonna be going to speak to some of the youth on just particular topics that we do. And a lot of times the school can't pay, so they draw it up as in-kind service. Hold on one second. Let me close this. But we do real work in the community, man. We just took 50 kids to the Phoenix Suns and the New York Knicks game yesterday. And so we're going to be doing horseback riding this Sunday. I'm going to show my people that. We do a lot for the youth out here. And then we do real reading and history. But without further ado, Moors, a lot of people ask me about the books that I gathered and compiled and how to order them. And what about my personal library? I have over 15,000 books in my library that I share information with. But it's a process. And if you don't follow the process, then there's no way to get access to the books. I tell my brothers and sisters, I don't have a web page yet. I'm super busy, and it's just me and my empress and my youth. And I'm still teaching. I'm still in studies, doing my doctorate in indigenous people law and policy. I'm traveling, doing lectures at college campuses. So I'm kind of busy. So a lot of my brothers and sisters, I got books going out. So please be patient. They should be to you Wednesday. But with that being said, Morris, I'm gonna go over my book list that I gathered and compiled on how to donate to order the books. All my literature that I gathered and compiled, me and my empress, is only a $20 donation. It comes with a tax-exempt receipt that you can claim on your taxes, and it comes with a tracking number. All you have to do is download the Cash App to your mobile phone, and download our temple number, 702-272-4775. Once you download that and you do a donation book order, text us your address and everything, tell our office number so we can send your books to you for the donation. So one of the first books we gathered and compiled is our delectable vegan treats. So we know how to make healthy snacks without all the white sugars and things that clog up your pineal gland. You are what you eat. Eat good, look good, and feel good. That's our vegan cookbook, to where we put healthy dishes together. Our body is our temple, Moors. We getting so caught up in these isms. And I say, as your degrees get higher, you get out of man-made religion, you get into science, and you get into who you are, and you get into what's above is below. You understand how the world works, and you understand how you work. That's why I say, man, as you get in your higher degrees, if a Moor say he's a sheik and an adept, and he's not giving you adept wisdom, he's giving you material wisdom, talking about some religious dogma, that's whack. Black scholars who debunk Eurocentric propaganda, we got to know this. We have a plethora of educated brothers and sisters that taught the science. Yes, we're Moors, but that's where it stopped. And I tell brothers and sisters, look up the Moors that ruled Europe. Look up in nationality, man. It's all in the record books. Look up the world of Ferdinand and Isabella. It'll tell you, strip the Moors of their nationality and things. It's in the record books. 14 famous Asiatics in history. 14 famous Asiatic scientists in history. This is what my students write on, and it's peer-reviewed scholarly research, because it can't be debunked. This is what my elementary students write on, and some of the teachers might be mad because they're not scholars. They just got a degree to teach. My students are studiers, philosophers. They come with wisdom, and they trump Eurocentric propaganda. The essence of chemical element of Moorish archival. Healthy living and eating. Prepared for publication by my empress, LaShawn Goodman Bay. Mind, body, and spirit must agree as one. Your body is your temple. Health is wealth. And in this book, I got a lot of my workout regimens that I do, a lot of the herbs that I use for healing, a lot of the smoothies and the fruits and vegetables that I use to blend, like the spirulina. I use a lot of spirulina in my teas. I take the spirulina, I take the organic ginger, Vietnamese cinnamon. That's in the biblical scriptures. All this is in the Bible. Turmeric. I put a little honey in it. Don't you know honey is in the Bible too? Look at it. I use the reishi mushroom tea. Sometimes I use the jasmine tea. Or I use this Korean tea right here. You know, when you get into your concoction, your blends. I gave you the healthy eating and living. Okay. Sufi and the Triple Rule of the Adapt Chamber, featuring the Command and Adapt Manual and the use of our carpenter tools. Moorish America's Light of Ali and the Moorish Adapt Study Guide, the House of Ali, Mysticism, the Egyptian Prophet, the Egyptian Adapt Prophet and Angel. When I hear Moors talking about they some sheik and adapt, and I say, well, you're not giving no one adapt wisdom. Interpretation of the divine creed of Moorish Islam. And when I say Islam, I ain't talking about no man-made religion. I ain't talking about no Al-Islam. I'm talking about I, self, law, master, manifestation of yourself. When I say Allah, that's arm, leg, arm, head. That's manifestation of yourself. And you must activate your higher self. I am royalty coloring book. I am royalty coloring book for our babies. Man, we got pictures of our empresses. I like to call them our Wonder Womans. You know, we got pictures of everything for them to have to see themselves in low manifestations. You see yourself as royalty, who you were, you know. And I like to show these things. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but these are for our babies, man. And I'm going to end with this. The higher you get in your degrees, Moors, and your wisdom, you understand how the world operates. You understand all the constellations have 3 deacons. That's where they get the biblical story, the 12 apostles. Just like also when we talk about esoteric and exoteric. But you also must give the historical aspect of it. So when we're talking about things, we have to explain the stars. And when you explain the stars, that's everything in your physical temple. But the biblical scriptures took everything that meant something inside and made it literal. That's why I talk about allegorical, parables, symbology, and analogy. You have to know this. You have to know the language, everything. But Moors, if you don't know how to activate the Akashic records and understanding yourself and about astrophysics, then we're wasting our time arguing about man-made religion. Moors be talking about astrophysics. This is the wisdom right here that we need to have. The stuff is in my library. This is first century stuff. When it shows you how to activate all the gates, the Alpha is the first gate, the Bet is the second gate, the library of Akasha. How the Akasha records are read. Levels of the Akasha information. That's scroll 3. The third gate, the Gimel, the records of your birth and death. The fourth gate, Dali, your soul's name. Scroll 6, your natal ray. Scroll 7, the personal origins. Scroll 8, the seal of forgetfulness. Scroll 9, the reader seal. Scroll 10, seal Akashic records. Scroll 11, other uses of the Akashic library. Fifth gate, the Hay or the He. The scroll 12, earth Akashic records. Scroll 13, Israel, paradise and time. I mean, I don't want to just talk about it, man. This is what we study. We can come into our higher self. We're not going to argue over no man-made religion like a lot of Moors doing. Saying, oh, the prophet didn't teach this, the prophet didn't. Man, we haven't got time. That's lower level wisdom. That's 360. We don't got time for that. And I'm going to leave y'all with this, Moors. Research this stuff. If you don't know what the sacred magic of A.L.L.A.M, the Mag, introduction, and book 1, when we talk about scary stuff and brothers and sisters getting you caught up in spookism, Aleister Crowley got a lot of his wisdom from this. All this come from Egypt. That's why when they show you enigmatic figures like the Baphomet and all that, this pious hieroglyph. They make everything that has to do with so-called black evil. That's why they call the devil of the earth or the god of the earth. They telling you the science, but they package it in a way that you're not catching it because they changing the words. The sacred magic of A.L.L.A.M, the Mag. This book 2 is 3 volumes. And the sacred magic of A.L.L.A.M, the Mag, or the Maj, book 3. This is the wisdom that we go over when I teach my brothers and sisters, and we activate in our higher self, and we know why we were put on this earth, and we know what we're supposed to do, and we don't argue with anyone because our foundation is solid, and we're not basing anything on a belief. Right under it is a belie. We're basing things on things that can be proven, which is science and truth. I don't care about a person's religion. I don't care about a Moor with a fez or a turban or a bonnet on his head talking that lower stuff, talking all this man-made religion. I say you definitely don't know the essence of the triple rule of the adapt chamber, because if you do, you understand the essence of it. We don't abide to no man-made religion when you miss the essence of all of them. My brothers and sisters, that's Moors. And adepts, we don't gravitate to no man-made religion. We are Sufi masters, man. We are adapts, theosophists. All that wisdom comes from Moors. Adam Blavatsky, Pascal Beverly, Manly P. Hall, all that stuff. Even the brother that wrote the Behold the Pale Horse, all that science from the synchronicity from Peter Lambert Wilson to from Peter Moon. All those brothers talk about the prophet. He was just hidden in history. It was a Moorish Orthodox church. You can't get caught up in the hue of a skin thinking that's somebody's nationality. Then you definitely don't understand history. And I still hear Moors like, the Moors ruled Spain for 700 years. Okay, so if the Moors ruled Spain for 700 years, what women was there? And who were they reproducing with? So that's simple logic. We get so stupid with things when we talk about some white man and some black. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Because if you look at it in history, the person that hurt you the most is a person that got the same color. When I go out in the world and operate and teach, I promise you, man, when I go out in the world and operate and teach, I have no problem with Europeans because they know who we are. They know who we are. They know that they come from us. They know this. When I have my turban on, when I have my fez on, they know. All the lower level Masons, they know. They're sons of Muslims. They know. But if you're not operating in love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, my 2 cents, health, and wealth, you operate in anger. And instead of love and explain who you are eloquently, they know it. And that's what I tell brothers and sisters. What are you arguing over something for it and you don't even understand history? Well, the Moors ruled Spain for 700 years. Okay, so who were the women they were procreating with? Who were they sleeping with? Come on, man. If us Moors, we ruled Spain for 700 years, who are the women that was there? So what the offspring gonna look like? We tripping, man. That's why I laugh. I say, man, there's no science to nothing that these brothers saying. None. No science. No, nothing that can be proven. All we're doing is arguing over man-made religion, and you can't prove that crap. Noble Drew Ali studied Egypt all over. He had real degrees, just like myself. I have real degrees and adapt degrees. I'm a Moorish Master Mason, 33 times 3, connecting the higher self. That's 720. The Moors, I promise you, they're only 32 and 33 degrees when you put the fez on. But in European Masonry, when they put the fez on, they become Shriner. That's when they start practicing Al-Islam. I'm telling you, they know the science. They know the Asiatic man is the father of civilization. They have to know that. And Al-Islam proves it. Any Nation of Islam Muslim, they should have the records from 1936 and then reproduce in the 60s the supreme wisdom. And it breaks everything down. I show y'all that over and over and over. I show y'all how they passed out ID cards in Detroit and Chicago, and it says Muslim on it. So your preacher, if he's a Master Mason, he know he just not going to teach it because he have to. I'm a Moor. I haven't took no oath. I'm a teacher in the depth. I teach real wisdom. I don't get you caught up in no allegoric and no symbology with all these esoteric meanings, all these hand things, and that don't mean nothing if the vessel's not right. All these hand gestures, I don't care if you do this in court. They're going to laugh at you if you're not an initiate because you could just get that off YouTube. It's other stuff that go with it. It's how you speak. It's a certain words. It's a certain literature. And if you are operating right, you don't even have to show up. I promise you, it ain't no way not to pay no taxes. That's bullcrap. The Moorish Science Temple have 3 ID cards, and the Moorish Science Temple is tax exempt. It ain't nothing hidden. You can research all this stuff in the county of Clerk in Chicago. I don't know. That's why it's set up as a religious organization. You got to research the verbiage. What a 501c3 consists of. And I still see Negroes on YouTube all. The Moorish Science Temple is a 501 ran by the government. You don't know business. Anything can be infiltrated by your own brothers and sisters. But we don't destroy the whole essence of it because everything is not wrong about it. It's only a certain few. And then, my brothers and sisters, we got to be careful, I'm telling you, about calling people COINTEL and call them agents. I don't really think brothers and sisters know what a COINTEL and an agent, research what a COINTEL and an agent really is. A COINTEL is an agent that really gets your butt locked up. Like Ron Karinga made up that fake Kwanzaa. It ain't real. Like Alex Haley made up that fake Roots. Stole all that from a book called The African from the Colander. COINTEL is setting you up, getting you locked up. COINTEL or agent ain't someone that, because you don't agree with what they saying, help the brother, help the sister. They might only be to a certain level. They might be Google University Moors and just Googling stuff. They're not in the libraries. You got to go to the libraries. If you're so passionate about things, go travel. Go to Europe. Get your passport. Go to the museums like I've done. When I went to Louisiana, got the maps of the Louisiana Purchase, show that all fake. The exposition of the Louisiana Purchase, all that stuff is right here. But we take so much pride in everything else. I see Moors traveling all the way over to get retro tennis shoes. but won't travel to Chicago to research the Moorish Science Temple of America, the consulate, and get nationalized the right way, which is your birthright. We just asking people. No, go. Go to Chicago. Take the trip like I did. Go get nationalized. Because once you do that, then you will see all the stuff brothers talking about is bull crap. I promise you, man. Navigate, study. International law, nationality is law. The only reason why brothers are getting in trouble because they're doing things illegally. Fraudulent concealment. Research what fraudulent concealment. Some Moors are fraudulent concealing to their own brothers. The reason why I say that, because if you knew that bull crap they was giving you beforehand, you wouldn't go with that crap that you're talking about. If you was a studier. I promise you, man, get into your higher self, Moors. I love you all. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and health, and wealth. Peace.